Jets fans are crapping themselves right now, for lack of a better term, because Mekhi Becton's a little banged up and has plantar fasciitis, which is something to do with your foot, the bottom of your foot, where you experience a pain. So clearly the Jets are just being a little precautious right now. He's not going to need surgery or anything like that. But the amount of comments and concern that I've seen online about Mekhi Becton is truly remarkable. Yes, a couple of things can be true. Mekhi Becton could afford to lose some pounds. That is 100% true. But to say that this is going to be a problem for the course of his career, it's way too early to know. He's 22 years old? And you're already going to put out there and say that a 22-year-old can't lose weight? Like at 6'7", 364. That's it. He's going to be stuck playing at that to the end of his career, I guess. There's a 0% chance that Mekhi Becton can lose weight. I don't buy that. I don't buy it for a second. Is it a potential issue right now, his weight? Maybe. Maybe that has something to do with the plantar fasciitis, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you right this second, because there's no way of me knowing, and there's no way of you knowing, that this is going to be an issue for the course of his career. It's way too early in his career to say, injuries are an issue, especially since he only missed 2 games last year. Played 14 games last year. I wouldn't necessarily classify that as injury prone. When you played a majority of the season, you started a bunch of games at Louisville. I'm not going to sit here and do it. I can't. It's way too early to definitively say this guy is going to be an injury problem. And majority of the time, the same people are the ones who wanted to keep Sam Darnold and wouldn't talk about Sam Darnold missing 3+ games even his first 3 years at the most important position in the sport. Don't talk about that. But your left tackle missing 2 games in his rookie year and then being a little bit banged up and has no fear of missing training camp, the preseason, regular season games, that's an issue. I don't see it. I actually saw in one of the comments on one of my videos that the Jets made a mistake drafting Mekhi Becton and that they should have drafted Tristan Wirfs. That's not fair. Wirfs had a really good year last year. I'm not going to sit here and say that Tristan Wirfs wasn't good. He was. But he played right tackle. It's not the same. And he played right tackle on the best team in the NFL, the team that won the Super Bowl. And Mekhi Becton came in on a brutal offensive line, played left tackle, and had success. Did Wirfs have the better rookie year? I guess probably. If you want to get technical, sure, he did. But at a less impactful position, right tackle versus left tackle. Does Wirfs play the same way that he did on the less important side and on a better team? If he is coming into the New York Jets and being moved over to the left side, is he as good as what Mekhi Becton was last year? There's no way of knowing that. There's none. So we can't possibly, realistically, with any sort of found logic, say that it was a mistake to draft Mekhi Becton, especially after his rookie year. He was damn near a Pro Bowl caliber left tackle at 21 years old. And he's a freak. He's 6'7", 364. Pump the brakes, please, on the Jets made a mistake and that he's going to be an injury problem for the course of his career. There's no way of knowing that. It's not like he only played 4 games last year. It's not like he only played 4 games in college. In the one season he got banged up in college, he still played 9 games. He started 10, 12, 9 games in college, 14 last year, and he's not going to miss any time right now. He's not playing at OTAs. They're voluntary anyway. What's the difference? Who cares? It doesn't matter. I don't understand why people are so bent out of shape over this. It's ridiculous. Absolutely insane. And last year, in a year he played really well as a rookie, no preseason, limited action in training camp. There were so many factors going into last year, and last year being a bizarre year. But the 14 games of stellar play from a 21-year-old left tackle wasn't enough. I don't get it. The overreaction from Jets Twitter and the comments section especially is just bananas to me.